Hello everyone. Today is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025 at 11:44 a.m. in the morning. Excuse me for yawning. Sorry y'all. So um far as I know, I'm facing the streets. I'm going to have to be, back on the streets. And as I said, I'm really scared because they ramp up their attacks and threats. Excuse me, and everybody thinks that they're just here to aggravate or annoy when they're actually making attempts to try to murder us. So, you know, I'm so I'm well, I don't know how soon after I leave the hotel, how soon will I get my deposit back? I don't know how soon that I will get it back. But excuse me. So most of the time, um I would you know most of the time I get it back within like between 5 minutes and 1 hour after leaving, but there was a couple of times where I didn't get it back until like a day or two later. So, but yeah. So, like, if I were to get the deposit funds, if I were to get the deposit funds, you know, a few minutes or like an hour or 2 hours after checking out of this hotel, um, which was $50, and then I have a little bit more extra funds. I'm not gonna say exactly how much, but I'm probably gonna need to live stream or something like that to try to ask for help to make ends meet for another night. So basically, what like fake Damnesia has a fake account on YouTube called Minutes to Pensacola. Excuse me, talking about Pensacola, Florida. And there's also a Pensacola, Oklahoma, but it's not really that much well known. But Pensacola, when I say Pensacola, I mean Florida, not Oklahoma. But I heard there's a Miami, Oklahoma, but they say it's pronounced Miami, Oklahoma. You know, and they had a fake Ti perp. I don't remember what her name was trying to traffic me over there. Um. Oh, now I remember her name. But anyway, so I so fake Damnesia has the fake Menace to Pensacola YouTube channel, and then he tried to make a fake video talking about me being a homeless hotel hopper, and then they mock and make fun of me panhandling and quote unquote begging and all that, when they're forcing me to have to live this way to survive. And so for him to talk about homeless hotel hopper, you know, a lot of us that are truly targeted and heavily targeted, they won't allow us to stay in the same spot, and they keep us on the run. You know, so and it seems like we have to keep running for our safety and to stay alive. since they're trying to take our life, excuse me. So he must be really pissed off. Like he stuck his nose in something, well, like he always does, fake Damnesia stuck his nose where it doesn't belong, and then other people had exposed him, and then basically he been attacking me even worse. Him and the fake Angie Peterson Lean perp, they've been attacking me ever since. Ever since between last week and this week. So if fake Damnesia keeps lying and saying he's not Joseph Camus, but the way he types and the patterns and everything is all the same. And so, I mean, the way he was harassing me on Twitter, the way he was harassing me on email, is precisely what fake Damnesia does. But then he wants to try to pretend to gaslight and confuse and try to lie and say that he never, he tried to be like, well, I never claimed to be Darnell Williams. Of course you're not, because you're one perp hiding behind many fake identities, just like the fake Angie Peterson Lean perp. Trying to hide behind, and multiple more trying to hide behind y'all crimes, satanic cyber crimes. So I dodged a bullet and survived yesterday and survived last night. They were trying to kill me last night. So, I mean, yesterday afternoon and last night. So, even this morning, I took an Epsom salt soak for the first time this year, I think. Because I don't remember when last year was the last opportunity that I ever had to get to take an Epsom salt bath. So, I mean, for some reason I couldn't even finish the whole, like, I usually soak for 45 minutes, but I don't know why I was only able to do 30 minutes, with the Epsom salt soak before I started to feel a certain way. So after 30 minutes, I stopped the Epsom salt bath, excuse me, but I'm wondering, I mean, I should have had lots more water and ice water. I just had a bottle of room temperature water, but I guess 30 minutes will suffice. But yeah, so fake Damnesia's patterns of harassment and attacks and attempted murder, I've been saying since 2023 that he has me being afraid that I might end up being a victim of true crime or unsolved crime. Or I might end up being a victim of one of these channels of, black femicide or something like that, But I know a lot of people in the Christian community say, excuse me, God will protect you. Excuse me, God won't let him touch you, but yeah, so but yeah, I wanted to live stream this morning, but I can't because I mean, I know people will have a problem with me live streaming in the dark. So, they will have a problem with me live streaming in the dark. So I'm just doing a regular video, trying to raise funds to make ends meet for help for more hotel nights. And they're trying to raise the prices on purpose or force me to have to pay more on purpose to price me out of the hotels to keep me forced on the streets so that they could attack and attempted murder me. So, I mean, so like last night I was hungry again. And after I did the video last night, I ordered some kind of macaroni and cheese and meat and barbecue sauce and spinach, and it was really, really good. Excuse me, it was close to midnight. Well, it was like 11:30 or something when I finally got my food, and I was able to get a discount. I think it was 30% discount or something like that. I don't remember, but I was able to save a few dollars. And then I was still hungry, so I went to the snack machine and got me a little snack. And then I went to bed, and it might have been after 1 o'clock in the morning that I finally went to bed, but it felt like it took a little while for me to finally fall asleep. And so then I don't remember if it was after 6 o'clock or close to 7 o'clock when I woke up, but I didn't go to breakfast until like 8:15 or something like that. And then the server serving the food, he was a teeny little bit rude, but I tried grits with brown sugar for the first time, and it tasted good, So like every time, like I went to get the to grab items, nobody will be behind me when I'm picking out items and like condiments and stuff and pouring in my grits into the bowl. But it seemed like immediately after each station that I went to, there would excuse me, there would be fake hotel guests that would be abusive and narcissistic and rude and treat me like as if rude and try to rush me and treat me like as if I'm in their way. How am I in your way when I was there first and you weren't behind me immediately? And it's like they were on my ass following me with very vicious, mean looks and trying to intimidate me and stuff, And I couldn't even get what I truly wanted, for breakfast. Excuse me, and I felt nervous and rushed. About half of the people in that little dining area was rude, but some of them were nice and respectful and polite, But if I'm picking out the butter and the couple of small little packs of salt and trying to pick out some peanut butter and trying to get me some milk and juice and stuff, and they get an attitude and rush me. I didn't even get to go get ice for my juice like I usually do, at this place, because the juice is like room temperature or a little bit warm. But I'm glad that the milk was ice cold and refreshing, Excuse me. So I just had some grits with butter, sugar, a little bit of butter, brown sugar, and a little bit of salt. And I had they don't have where you can get to have cheese grits, so I figured, well, I have it the other way. I like to have it, to have it sweet, you know. So I had sweet grits with eggs and sausage. I mean, scrambled eggs and sausage. And I had a couple of little things of peanut butter, and I had some apple juice and milk. And I wanted some pancakes too, but everything was crowded, and so crowded that you had to sit at the table with strangers, rather than family or whatever. I don't have anybody. I'm just by myself, but excuse me, but it seemed like they kept trying to intimidate me, when trying to pick out my food or whatever to prepare to sit down and eat, and they rushed me, and I couldn't. I'm talking about other guests, coming behind me, and the thing was, I wasn't even moving slow. I was trying to be quick, and it's like each station, it's like so many people, like, it's like they were bullying me and trying to intimidate me, but me just being quiet because, or not reporting to front desk, because it's like I don't want to be looked at as, oh, the notorious tattletale. I thought about, I was just gonna take my food up to my room, but excuse me, like, I hate when I go down to breakfast and then I come back up to my room and the key doesn't work, and then I have to go back downstairs. So, but anyway, I took a Epsom salt soak, like this morning. I wanted to take one last night, but they were attacking my organs so bad I couldn't do it. But they attacked my organs very mild today, but they did try to squeeze my organs. Excuse me. So, but yeah. So I mean, and they've been having people to say things to me that's very upsetting, whether it be online or in person or whatever other communication. Excuse me, stuff that been triggering and upsetting me, but I'm supposed to just bite my tongue and let everything slide. But or if I say, well, this person said this thing to upset or hurt me, then everybody attack me and call me disgraceful, but excuse me, I would hate to have to go back out in public and then get dirty, And so I got a lot of stuff in my bags that are heavy, and my lavender oil soap, I used the last of it this morning. I ran out, completely out, and need to get some more. So as I said, I mean, if they keeping me bouncing around from hotel to hotel, or having me switch back and forth between the hotels and the streets, and they won't let me keep the same job or employment for a long time, they're blocking me from earning a living with my writings and stuff, So now someone is trying to call me with, I don't know if it might be a spam call, with the fake name talking about informational. But yeah. So if they didn't sabotage me, I probably could have got the help last night. And I probably could have got to just simply check out of here and go to a different hotel. But I have to try to ask for help and try to raise funds for more nights. You know. And they're making my life harder, and they're making it hard to exist and survive. Whereas if they are trying to force me to die. And yes, gang stalkers can and will and do hurt you. You know. And sometimes they get paid to do harm to a targeted individual and then make it look like just like the celebrities, like either an accident or a suicide. Or if it was a murder, they would try to justify and make it like as if when the victim defended themselves against when the target defended themselves against a perp, they try to make it like as if we targets the one who's dead. You know, they will falsely spin the narrative like as if we deserved it, or like as if we, or they'll say stuff like play stupid games, win stupid prizes, or they'll say ha ha ha, Candy fucked around and found out. Or oh, she fucked with the wrong one. Oh, she deserved to get killed. She deserved to, oh, she had it coming. For you know, excuse me. No, Candy reaped what she sowed. You know. And then the perpetrator is looked at as a hero. Like, you know, it seems like I don't. It seems like Louisiana is not much of a state with like land and also tiny houses and stuff. But they have certain campgrounds here and there, you know. But just my bare self, how could I go live on a campground with no vehicle in the middle of nowhere, you know? And I heard that there are like at least 2 campgrounds or something, probably more than that, I don't know, in the New Orleans metro area. But I heard that they make you move every 2 weeks, that you can't stay there longer than 2 weeks. But like any tiny house communities or tiny homes in New Orleans metro area or Louisiana, I can't really find any. Excuse me. But I mean, but being targeted, they keep you on the run, and you can't even stay in the same to live or work in the same spot for a long time. You know, they keep you on the run. And it's like you're on the run trying to fight for your life. You ain't on the run because you're a coward and scared. You know. But with my older phone, my older phone had it pretty much, now the screen is more messed up and harder to see. And so it's like, wow, the phone just like farewell to the phone. And I was using that to listen to my Christian songs. Excuse me, I was using that to listen to my Christian songs. And so I'm gonna have to throw that phone away. but I can listen to the Christian songs on a new phone, but I won't be able to stretch my phone battery if I gotta be on the streets. But the MP3 player that I have, like, they're hardly making MP3 players much anymore, and the ones that I have, they suck. Like, I can't even change the volume on the MP3 players or nothing. But but the MP3 player is good that I could block out the noise or whatever. I just hate that I can't I hate that the music doesn't display, like, they don't play properly. And that's frustrating to me, and I can't change the volume, or they just make it a hard way to complicate it. But excuse me, let's see, what's today? It's Wednesday the 17th. So next Monday, the September 22nd, excuse me, I'm supposed to get the YouTube AdSense payment, and they illegally manipulated with numbers that I hate. And then it's less than $120. Excuse me, and they've been blocking me from live streaming. If I can live stream, I can earn more money on YouTube AdSense that way, but they've been attacking and destroying me and blocking me from live streaming. Or they would illegally swat me and make things more dangerous. But I don't have to live stream in order to be swatted. Sometimes they'll do it randomly, catch me off guard unexpectedly, and other times they will let me know immediately beforehand. Excuse me, and then follow through with their threats. But all these people telling me to ignore and don't pay attention, are y'all gonna fight my fake criminal charges that they have for me or not? But I've been documenting and screenshotting, in hopes that they won't wrongfully prosecute me for things that I didn't do, that I'm innocent of. And so, but yeah. So with the excuse me, with the YouTube payment for next Monday, since I have 2 fake court dates to deal with, I won't be able to get the things that I need, because I figured, well, maybe I should wait until after the court dates. I should wait until after the court dates to get the items that I need. I ran out of bentonite clay and need some more. But if I gotta be sitting, hopefully not, but if I gotta be sitting in jail, then I won't be able, they won't let me have that, and I won't, dealing with my OCD and PTSD, it would, like, jail traumatizes me even more, and yeah. Excuse me. So I need as much help as possible to stay off the streets. I mean, and they don't have the authority or to right. I mean, they don't have the authority or the right to know my location and checking up on me. I mean, like stalking and harassing. It's like I hate when they call it monitoring, because when they call it monitoring or surveillance, that seems like it's like as if they implied that the stalkers have the authority and the right to do this. But when you say stalking, you know, when you say stalking, at least it can seem more like a crime. But monitoring, no, you don't have the authority to do this. But then they trying to talk about, oh, gang stalking is a disinformation term used by the Freemasons. Well, it's organized group stalking, okay? Organized cult stalking. But I need any and all the help I could get. I love y'all. I'm getting off here.